Hey, what's going on, everybody? Steve here, Raiken Profit, and I have a question for you. Would you like to explode your sales, set your sales on fire selling on Amazon by implementing a repricer? Now, I know a lot of people are like, yeah, Steve, I want to set up a repricer, but it's intimidating. I don't know what settings to choose. I don't understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. What if I want to do something different for a textbook versus a DVD? I know a repricer is important, but I don't know how to do it. Well, this video you're going to want to watch because I've got a solution for you. And about 4 months ago, I decided, you know what? I'm sick and tired of having my virtual assistants do all my repricing. I was actually repricing all my items multiple times a week. It took hours per week, and my items were really starting to slow down. And I said, you know what? I'm going to bite the bullet. I'm going to learn how to set up a repricer the right way. And I set one up, and 4 months later, my repricer has done a little over $55,000 in sales and almost $15,000 in profit. It's crazy. Now, I do have a large inventory of a couple thousand items. I'm not saying you're going to be able to do this depending on your inventory size and the quality of your inventory, but setting up a repricer is a game changer. And in this video, I want to introduce you to my friend Lorenzo. Last month, he did close to, I think 2 months ago, it was 90,000. I think his sales dropped down to about 60K because of all the restock limits and everything. But he is a mega bookseller. He's done well over, 6 figures this year, and he's an expert when it comes to repricing. And him and I, we teamed up on a repricing masterclass, which is literally going to be coming out soon. It's on early bird discount right now. And I want to introduce you to him, and he's going to share a little bit about this masterclass, who it's for, how it works. And I really am excited to put this out because I can't tell you guys how many people I've helped set up a repricer and folks who send me messages, Steve, I set up a repricer and my sales exploded. Matter of fact, I want to shout out my buddy Aaron Worley. We were on a coaching call yesterday and he set up his repricer, and literally in the last 7 days, he's done just as much sales in the last 7 days than the entire month prior. So Aaron, big shout out. Appreciate you sharing that. But for anyone wanting to set up a repricer, understanding how to do it, choosing all the right settings, but also understanding like the theory and the dichotomy between like selling your items fast, but also for maximum profit, this is going to be for you. So check out this video. I'm going to introduce you to Lorenzo. Got my cats running around like crazy. So I'm super pumped up. We actually connected at the Scout IQ conference recently. We've known each other for years. He's a stone cold killer when it comes to Amazon. He's so good with details. I love his confidence. He knows his stuff. So I want to introduce you to Lorenzo. I'll put all the information down below to the masterclass coming out soon, but let's get into the video.
What's up, guys? Just dropped the Repricing Masterclass course. I wanted to give you some insight to the course contents and some of the goals for the course so you know what you're getting yourself into. So I was only able to put up some of the key points here. I ran out of whiteboard space, and please excuse my kindergarten writing, okay? I'm not the best scribe here. Okay, so chapter 1 is going to be theory on repricers. It's going to be my biases, what's important to me, what I think is not important in repricing, pricing theory, how to initially price your items, how to reprice them over time, and then how to eventually discard them if they're stale inventory. So the full spectrum of start to finish, how to reprice everything. Dichotomy of turn rate versus maximizing profit. So that's one of the biggest things in repricers, right? You're always balancing this dichotomy between how quickly your items are selling, your turn rate, versus you're trying to maximize profit, right? I can get my turn rate really high if I just lowball all my offers, but obviously I want to maximize profit. So talking about the dichotomy between that, your ideal scenario of what we want a repricer to do. And that's going to answer the main question that a lot of you guys have that you've been asking me, which is what's the best repricer to use? Well, first we have to define the ideal scenario, right? What is the ideal repricer and what does it do for me? Because Amazon does limit the API to these third-party developers, so they don't get all the data, right? We can't see all the FBA prices. We can't see all the merchant fulfilled prices, and they're limited. So we need to first define what we want out of a repricer, and then we'll be able to answer that question. And then principles of repricing. Chapter 2, if you don't care about any of that theory stuff and you just want the how-to, you're a straightforward person, just give me the meat and potatoes, this chapter is for you, okay? It's the how-to. How to set up a repricer step by step. I'm going to screen record setting up a repricer from scratch. You'll see exactly how to do it. You'll know how to set up automated scheduling so that we don't have to trade our time for money and the repricer will run on its own. We'll learn how to pull reports, verify accuracy of our repricing settings before we ever change anything on Amazon, because I see so many of you posting in the group about how, hey man, this $50 book sold for 10 bucks. What's going on with my repricer? I didn't tell it to do that, yada, yada, yada. Well, guess what? You probably should have learned how to pull reports and verify accuracy of your repricing settings before you ever let it reprice. And it's a mistake that I made in the beginning as well. Don't feel bad if that's you. Hey, it happens. That's why I'm here teaching this masterclass. My exact repricing settings, templates, and schedules, okay? I think it's real beneficial to see people that are, maybe on the next level about what they do in their business. So I'm going to disclose, I'm going to pull back the curtains and show you exactly what I do in my business, my templates, how I reprice, what's my strategy, so on and so forth. Chapter 3 will be future adjusting, altering, and implementing. This is because I don't want you to leave with just, hey, this is what works for me right now. I want to give you tools to apply to your specific business if you have something different than I do, or when Amazon fees increase, for example, when postage increases, how do you adjust your repricer to account for that? How do you adjust your repricer if you want to switch to merchant fulfilled operations? How do you adjust your repricer for specialty items like textbooks that you just want to adjust in the textbook season, right? You don't want to sell them off season because they go for 10, 20 bucks, but in the on season, during fall and January, they're going for 100 plus. If you choose to do that, I'll teach you how to do that. If you want to reprice collectible items, large sets, DVDs, CDs, you're not just a bookseller, you do other things, I'll teach you about that. If you do online arbitrage, I know Raiken just dropped a new online arbitrage course. I think it's eBay to Amazon flips. If you're one of those persons, I'll teach you what to do there, right? And I think after chapter 1, just knowing the theory, you'll pretty much know how to do it on your own. And then chapter 4, it's going to be just rapid fire content, just frequently asked questions, back to back to back, answering some of the most asked questions. Some of them off the top of my head would be how to avoid the race to the bottom, right? How to avoid Amazon's dreaded high pricing errors, low pricing errors, and having to go in there manually and fix all of those. And then, so there's a bunch of frequently asked questions that we'll answer there. Live webinar, maybe, question mark. Me and Raiken discuss this. Maybe after a couple people go through the course, we'll go ahead and host a live webinar where you guys can ask us questions after reviewing the course and see what you need more clarification on. We want to give you guys an opportunity to ask questions and keep it interactive, and then we'll probably post those webinars onto the course itself so you have access to them forever. I'm just here to add as much value as possible. Please let me know if you'd like to see anything in the course that you don't see here. And again, these are just some of the key points, guys. There's a million things that I can go over, but I ran out of whiteboard space. So thanks. Hope you get it. Hope it adds a lot of value to you, and I'll see you soon.